Hey everyone's JackelWolf back in MC Eternal with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the quest book. Last episode, we did the mob fan and the absorption hopper. That was to make ourselves a very manual mob grinder. This episode, we're going to do the mob masher, which is going to get us to full auto, and then we're going to clean up these last one here, doing the XP drain advancement as well. This is not necessary, but it is certainly useful for moving XP around from your mob grinders and all of that. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to craft ourselves that mob grinder. To make that mob grinder, we're going to need some iron spikes. Now, to make an iron spike, it is 1 block of iron and 3 iron swords. There is a diamond version of these, and you can actually use these in your world. That's not too bad. The iron version just does regular drops. There is a diamond version that I'm not going to demonstrate because I don't have the diamonds to make it. But basically, you could place either of those on here. They work really good. If you walk into them, you'll take damage. Or if a mob walks into them, you'll take damage. So they are, very, very useful as well. You could set up a mob grinder using just these. There are a couple of other ones I'm going to show as well. They're not necessary for the quest, but each one of them's got a little bit of a benefit over the others. So we're going to take 2 of these iron spikes, another block of iron, a block of redstone, 2 swords, and 3 diamonds. That's going to get us the mob masher. Now, this is an advanced mob spike system. It can be enhanced with a number of different modifiers. I'm not going to get into them today, because they're not necessary for the quest, and by themselves they are fine. But if you needed something very, very specific, like we've got this Bane of Arthropods one, there's a lot of spiders in my mob grinder, so this might actually be good. It would just kill the spiders really, really quick. We got the smite. We've got the beheading, which is good if you're trying to get some heads. The looting, which is good if you're trying to get lots and lots of stuff. And then fire aspect and sharpness and all of that. So that is all fine. We can modify this mob masher with all of these modifiers, but that is the mob masher. Now, the next step for this quest, we need to make ourselves an absorption radius upgrade. Now, this is not for the mob masher. It is actually for the absorption hopper that we made last episode. So to make an absorption radius upgrade, it is 4 ender pearls, 1 piece of redstone, and 2 pieces of obsidian. And there you go. So we have now got that quest, mob masher. Before I go and place this, though, like I said, there's a couple of other different spikes out there that are useful as well, depending on how what resources you have and what kind of mob grinder you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in spike. And here's all the different spikes in the world. We can't do all of them. Some of them are like from the Between Lands and that. Each of these spikes has got its own sort of unique personality, I guess. The extra utilities 2 spikes are really good because they get you multiple quantities. And they also have this wooden spike, which is good if you want a manual farm. It will get the mobs down to half a heart, but it won't actually kill them. So then you go in, you deliver the final blow, and you gather that XP. That's if you don't have an absorption hopper that can handle XP. And we saw last episode, it is not that difficult to make. Probably the hardest thing for those is getting the ender pearls. So if you don't have a good source of ender pearls, but they are purchasable from the store. I'm jumping all over the place on this one, guys. But this is good to know. With these mob grinders, you do need quite a few ender pearls. In the shop, you can buy them for 150 each. And I've actually had to buy a couple for this episode. So it is totally a legitimate way of getting them. But what we can do is take a look at these wooden spikes. To make them, it is 3 wood swords, 3 planks, and then 1 block of wood. One thing to keep in mind, it usually doesn't work like that, but you can use used equipment in here. I don't know how far down you'd have to go. Maybe after half, it won't let you do it or something like that. But this actually surprised me. I was not expecting this. I thought I would have to make a third proper sword, but it does allow you to use used equipment in these recipes. So there's the wooden spikes. The other one I want to show off because I really, really like it is the iron spikes powered by redstone from Cyclic. Now, there's also a diamond version. The difference between the iron versions and the diamond versions is that the iron versions usually just do regular drops. The diamond versions will do player drops. There is a gold set for, you know, the extra utilities ones. They'll just drop experience. And then there's also a creative one for the extra utilities. It probably drops everything. But, you know, that one there, I think it is possible to get it in the game, but it's a very rare loot item. But to make these powered iron spikes, you're going to need 3 stone pressure plates and 3 iron bars. That gets you the iron spikes. The diamond version requires diamond, and again, I'm not going to use them, so I'm not going to waste my diamond on them for this demonstration anyways. But what we can do is we can go place these here. These are the ones I really like the looks of. Let's actually move that torch just a touch, just so it's a little bit out of the way. They are a powered spike, so you do need a redstone power source. So in this case, I got a lever, and there you go. And there's something glitchy about the way the spikes show up on this, but the reason you would want these ones over some of the other ones is if you're ever going to do maintenance on your mob grinder, you just go, you flick the switch, they all pop in, you can go, you can do your maintenance. If you forget to turn off your fan, you're not going to end up dying on the spikes. But that is really, really cool. The other wood ones, like I said, will get, you know, a mob or yourself down to like 1 heart or half a heart, and then you got to go in and manually kill them. Again, I'm not going to demonstrate that because I'll be standing here quite a while just to get down to half a heart. And again, it's not super useful when you've got the absorption hopper and that to collect your experience. So that is, you know, fine anyway. So let's go put those away so I don't accidentally walk into them. And what we're going to do is we're going to head all the way down to the bottom. And holy cow, it is already nighttime. So I've got lights in here so the mobs, you know, aren't spawning in my grinder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the bottom bar. And we're going to go put the mob masher down, and I can take that bar back out of there. Now, the other thing we got to do is we got to power this again with a redstone signal. So I'm going to put a switch there, and we're going to flick it on, and now it's all powered up. So let me go sleep, and then we'll go continue on. Okay, I am back. So the second part of this is the absorption hopper. We've got the radius, so we can stack these up to a max of 6. I'm just going to throw the one in there now for the quest, and you can see that area of effect got picked up a little bit bigger. So what I want to do is I want to offset this. There you go. So I don't want it picking up, you know, anything right here. If I can, you know, kind of drop something right there, you know, I don't want it picking it up and throwing it in that chest. Although all of my grinding is going to be, you know, pretty much right here. So I do need it picking up items in that spot. I could pull this wall out a bit if I want, but I mean, for now, I think it's going to be fine. So that's it for the first quest there. What we're going to do first, though, is we're going to go collect all these rewards. So there's my 75 monies. There's a drop of evil. Now, this is really, really good, and it's going to actually make my mob grinder a little bit better. And there we go. Unclaimed black market container. Those are really, really cool. Let's really quickly see what we get out of this. Hydrogen bucket. All right, that's interesting. That's I don't think I got a use for that right now. But who knows, maybe sometime in the future that might become useful. But the really important thing there is that drop of evil. So I'm going to break those torches. But when we get to the top set of spawners, we're going to come back and I'm going to show how to use this drop of evil. Okay, guys, so I've removed the torches on the bottom 2 layers, and as you can see, I've, you know, replaced some of the floor here with dirt. Now, I'm going to take this drop of evil, we're going to go and right-click on that dirt, and you don't want to do this outside. You know, this will just start taking over your land, and it's just going to start spawning, like, really, really hostile mobs. So let's go make sure that fan is on, and we're going to go take out those lights, and then you can see stuff is just going to start spawning in here left, right, and center. So there we go. We're going to go plop that down, and if we are lucky, we're going to see something spawn in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, something popped in there. I didn't even get to see what it was. It was super, super dark. So let's head down to the front. We'll probably get a better view down there. Oh, we got a vampire in there. Very nice. As you can see, that mob grinder is just taking care of them. The spiders up top are a little bit slower. I probably should put a second grinder in there, or I could use actually one of those spikes. Would actually work really, really well as well. But yeah, so there's the mob grinder. It is working automatically. All of the items are getting picked up, tossed into here. All of the experience is getting picked up, tossed into here. So that is really, really good. We're going to go back up to the top now, and we're going to do that last quest, the XP drain, and I'll see you guys in... Oh, what's this guy? The Pied Piper! That's funny. That's really, really funny. Okay. Okay, so last quest of the day, we're going to do the XP drain. Now, we've already done the tank. It is 4 pieces of obsidian and 4, you can't see them on this one here, but it is 4 glass panes. So it's not too expensive to make. You do get 2 out of them. We've got them down at the bottom. They're collecting XP for us right now. But the other 2 things we got to do is we got to build ourselves an XP drain and an XP shower. Now, the XP shower is how you get XP out of the tanks once you got it in there. So to make that, it is just 3 iron ingots and a block of obsidian. So we'll take that one out. And then the XP drain is also very, very simple. It is just 9 iron bars in a crafting table will get you that XP drain. So that is how you put XP into it from, say, your inventory, or you could actually use this. I could put this underneath that mob grinder and it would suck up XP that way as well. Though the Absorption Hopper is just much more efficient. So let's head on back down. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and place the XP shower up here, and then I'll show you how to use the XP drain here in a second. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's move this down there. This is going to make things a little bit easier. So the XP drain, I'm right clicking on it right now. Nothing's happening. Left clicking, I'm trying to break it. There's no way of turning it on unless you give yourself a lever. So we're going to go put a lever on the XP tank, and then we're going to flick it. And you can see it's just kicking out XP. Our XP down at the bottom there is just growing. I'm 41. We go 42. I mean, because I'm so high level here, it's not filling up very, very quickly. Once I've got all the XP that I need, you know, depending on what I'm crafting or if I'm doing something else, all we're going to do is go turn that off. Okay, that's good. I was a little worried that creeper was going to go blow up. And that's how you use the XP drain. You need some sort of redstone signal for it. Now, we're going to take this tank here. Oh, that got picked up by the Absorption Hopper. Now I've got 43 levels on me. I want to kind of save that. I don't want to be carrying it around with me. So we're going to go place that down on the bottom. Take the XP drain, place it down there, and just stand on it. The faucet's in the way here. But you see, now I am draining all my XP into the tank. And there you go. Now, this is not as important as, say, as it used to be, because when you die in MC Eternal, you actually get to keep your experience, which is a really, really cool thing. I'm going to go and move this back up. So I think the thing you're going to use more is the XP drain rather than the XP... sorry, you could use the XP faucet more than the XP drain, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? Let's go and open up that chest, or that quest book, and there we go. We got 50 monies and then 16 dark ineffable glass. Now this is a cool little glass. What we can do is, you can see here I've got, it's not really letting in that much light, but there's potential that this piece of glass is letting in light into my mob spawner. I generally don't want that, so I'll break that glass. And then we'll go put that there. Now I can see in there, and it's a little bit darker. Not super necessary, because I've got the spawners, which will spawn pretty well. But actually, you did see there was no little red spots over here. So if we go break this guy and throw that down, see, now we should have pretty much full red right up to that back wall. And there you go. So yeah, so we've now increased the spawning potential for those mob spawners there. So that is fine. That is good. I can go in there and can do that with everything on here. But I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you did any of this any differently than I did. There are a bunch of different, spawner out there, different ways of doing these mob grinders. I would love to hear all of them out there. I could certainly make this one more efficient by popping in some more spikes or that, just to take care of those spiders that like to climb. But if you enjoyed this video, please think about leaving a like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there'll be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content you want to support, stop by, check it out. There are a lot of great perks out there for all of my supporters, one of which is the Patreon-only server. We are just getting in the process of getting that one set up. It is going to be a modded Minecraft server, at least to start. We might change it up every couple of months, but if hanging out with me in a Minecraft server sounds like a cool idea, that is one way of doing it. But that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Good.